This is either a coincidence or it was just meant to be. On the 14th of September 2015, my mum passed away, and at exactly the same time, on exactly the same day, her carer and best friend Gwen also died from a totally unrelated incident. So if you want to hear the story, I'll share. My mum had multiple sclerosis for most of her life, and in the last 15 years of her life, she had lost the use of her legs. So from the waist down, she was basically numb, and she needed full-time care. So my dad cared for her all the time, but it got draining, 24 hours a day care. So he needed to have some respite care, and they were hooked into a system where they could get some care, and this lovely lady called Gwen started coming around to look after my mum. And mum had carers over the years on and off, but Gwen and my mum just really, really clicked. They weren't just carer and patient, they were best friends. And Gwen was not that much younger than my mum. My mum was 73, I think, and Gwen was sort of late 60s. But she still loved the work that she did as a carer. So Gwen would come round to my mum's place every Tuesday and Thursday and sit with her all day, get her meals, keep her company, attend to her physical needs. And over the years, they were very, very close friends. On the sort of in beginning of September in 2015, my mum started to deteriorate a lot. And we knew her time was coming to an end. So on the 13th of September, on the Sunday, it was my brother, myself and my dad, and mum was just laying in the bed. And when they're at that point of, that they're leaving this earth, we just sat there and we reminisced about funny stories and just remembered lots and lots of stories. It was kind of like honouring mum's existence. She obviously couldn't interact with us. She was floating in and out of consciousness. But it was a lovely day of remembering mum for who she was and allowing her to pass into the next life with honour. So on the Monday morning, at 11 o'clock in the morning, mum just slowly passed away. She was at home and she just slipped away and went into the afterlife, and it was very, very peaceful. It was about half an hour after mum had passed, there was a knock at the door, and my dad went to the door, and it was Gwen's husband. Gwen, my mum's best friend. It was Gwen's husband, and he's standing there crying his eyes out, and he says to my dad, "Gwen's just died." And my dad looked at him with a bit of confusion, and he goes, "Marilyn's just died." And he goes, "How did Gwen just die?" And he said she was in a car accident. She had a new car, and she was coming down a road that was my road where I live. She was coming down this road, and she got to an intersection of a very busy street, and instead of putting her foot on the brake, she put her foot on the accelerator and went straight across. How she missed everybody on that road, because it's a very, very busy road. She missed everybody on that road, went straight across, and there was a ditch, and the car flipped on its roof, and she didn't die immediately, but an ambulance was called, and it was on the way to the hospital that Gwen passed at the same time that my mum passed. They went together. They only met each other sort of in the last 6 years of their lives, but they formed such a bond together, and they went into the afterlife together.